Warren Buffett had the annual Berkshire Hathaway meeting. It was last weekend, I believe, or the weekend before.
Yep.
And a person in an Omaha arena there with 25,000 people for their annual meeting.
Yep.
He's a tiny little guy sitting way down at the front of the auditorium at a desk with his officers. Greg Abel, the new CEO, Buffett has appointed him.
Right.
Starting next year, beginning of the year, he's going to take over as chairman, and Buffett's going to officially step down. I think he's 94 now.
Yep.
Someone asked him, I think from Europe or somewhere, they asked him, it may have been in Asia, but they asked him what his thoughts were about DOGE, and did he think it was worthwhile and legitimate. He struggled to answer, and Warren's becoming a little more long-winded in his answers, and he tends to ramble, but the guy's 93, 94 years old, whatever. He struggled with answering the question, and I encourage you to watch it and view for yourself. At the end of his time, kind of hee-hawing back and forth, the message I got is that when you get a bureaucracy or you get an organization that starts to add layers of management, mid-level management, and more, and the bigger and bigger it gets, to think that you're not going to have corruption and waste, fraud, and abuse is crazy, because it is there. And that's what I think he said. He didn't come right out and say, I support DOGE.
He doesn't want to be ostracized.
He doesn't want to, and people are, I love Warren Buffett and have a lot of respect for what he says, and I listen to what he says more than any other financial person on the planet, really. He's considered the greatest investor of the 20th century.
Yeah.
But I think he stammered a little bit he didn't come right out and put his cards on the table about DOGE, but I think his answer was that he supports that we got too much fat in this government. And to get rid of it, that's what corporations do. To stay competitive and stay healthy, they have to stay real focused, and they have to get rid of the waste and the overhang that's not producing to the profit.
And I think it goes back to a conversation we've had previously, where it's really uncertainty. That before, I think obviously nothing was ever certain, but I think Warren Buffett had a more certain idea of where the country was heading, where the market was heading. And now with this change that's been coming, and I think by and large for the good and the long-term, future of our country, it's just still what's going to happen over the next 6 months, over the next 18 months, over the next 2, 3, 4 years. And that's where, more and more people, even in the highest up positions, maybe aren't willing to come out and say explicitly they don't know, but they're taking positions as if they don't know and don't want to ostracize.
They're hedging. They're hedging themselves, which they've learned to do. When they don't know the answer, they honestly don't know. They won't come right out. Some probably have now, but I know Ken Fisher. I've seen him being interviewed, and he's a guy I follow closely financially as well, and he's studied a lot about tariffs, and he's not liking what he's seeing. His main point is there's more harm done to the country that imposes the tariff than the country that has the tariff imposed upon them. Historically, that may be the case. We've got some change happening, though, and we'll have to wait and see. And he says as well, we'll have to wait and see. But I can tell he doesn't like it, and the main reason he doesn't like it is because of the uncertainty. That one thing, it's called... I struggle with the concept. Market efficiency. Anything that happens in the world, by the time the news is reporting on it, the market has already reacted for the most part. Right. The thing that Fisher hates most about this tariff situation is that ultimately Donald Trump, and in the Oval Office, he's got the final,
all the levers.
He's making exemptions on tariffs for certain companies, that supply products in for our national security. A lot of them are being exempted, and a lot of people don't like that. They feel it's corruption on his part, that he's controlling who's getting tariffed or not. So that's the thing. Ken Fisher is one of the things that I think that he dislikes most about the uncertainty, is that we're not leaving it to the free market. It's in the hands of a politician or a president.